I feel like because of how much fantasy life I've been playing, I always forget where we end off on this. And I've been reading the Throne of Glass series, and I just got on the Assassin's Blade, and oh my god, this can't believe there's 8 books and already this much stuff has happened within the first 2 books. So good. So good. Been eating it up. We had a whole thing that we like messed with, right? Search a topic. Okay, we've already. I guess this guy doesn't really have much to do with anything. I wonder if, like, in the next case, he'll have something. Maybe he'll be a suspect. Good evening. All right, let's remember what he likes. Something simple and strong. Okay. What he was into last time. Okay, so he likes the night count. Likes the one night stand. I can't do this. I mean, I guess I could really, right? Like, if I wanted to, I could just make him nap immediately. Or leave immediately, rather. I just assume they're gonna take a nap. Honestly, let's give him a one night stand. That way we can have some sort of conversation with him. Won't complain, does a trick. Her. Honestly, he might not have anything to talk about with any of this. Read about this in the paper. Grim situation. Afraid I can't help you though, pal. I didn't know the girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think we're gonna be able to really talk to him about much. Be telling me this? Does it feel right? Share people's secrets? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we can go through a dialogue that might have a different. Maybe tell him. Are you sure he feels the same? I feel like I've put all my cards on the table, but I wonder why he's interested in me at all. As a friend, companion, perhaps a business reason. Oh, okay, so that was like the same dialogue, just a different. Yeah, I don't really think he's gonna be able to be much conversation. Let's see what they're talking about. You aren't planning on dropping this case, are you? No, Hugo, my investigation is still ongoing, as I would hope is yours. As a civilian, my investigation is none of your business, Miss Ernest. And may I remind you that mine is the only one being conducted in any official capacity. You may do whatever you like, but considering your official methods consist of spending every evening in an illegal speakeasy while your little assistant does all the legwork, thank you very much. I hope you'll excuse me for raising an eyebrow. My methods are not what's being discussed here, nor will they ever be. I did my legwork collecting all the hard evidence and testimonies I could, locating a place to gather all suspects in a room together and buying my little assistant 2 weeks of time to interrogate them. I will do even more legwork, making whatever material they give me actually hold up in court of law. I'm sure the bartender's role in this will go unmentioned in your reports after all is said and done, while you claim a new feather in your cap. He remains silent, but you hear the leather of his gloves creak as his grip tightens around the edge of the table. Elena flashes the detective a knowing smile and tips her cigarette into an ashtray. I'm only teasing you, Detective Mertens. I know the last thing our bartender needs at a time like this is their name on any police record. I'm glad you agree. Not like I'm not rewarding their efforts either. I'm sure this business I'm allowing them to run is lucrative, or else Carla's man, Wagner, wouldn't be sniffing around like a dog looking for table scraps. So they know that I have a debt to pay with Carla. Oh, sure, you've got this arrangement all figured out, haven't you? You can't deny it pays dividends. If you're making some solid deductions based on material we would struggle to get out of my suspects. Everyone lets their guard down around a bartender. Under different circumstances, I'd be telling you to speak for yourself, Hugo, but I'll admit you're onto something. Despite my chiding, I do respect your out-of-the-box thinking in setting all of this up. This was always your strength after all. What you lack in social finesse, you make up for initiative. Initiative. I just hope you're not losing sight of what you're doing all of this for. Can we please get back to talking about the way you're putting both yourself in this case at risk by doing an unofficial investigation without any official backing or protections? No, dear, we cannot. Okay, so let's talk to Fang Bai. See you. Okay. So we need to get her to these two. Luckily, I think like fruity. She likes fruity. Fashionable cocktails. I hear the customers talk about. Okay. So we could go. We need to get to a 6. So one night stand she does not like. Maybe a night count just for the sake of conversation. Because I know she would probably like an Eastern Ruby or a Royal Flush or a Pirate's Joy or an Orange Daisy, but we need to get her to have a conversation with us here. Okay. Alright, so let's do charcoal. Now I've started to relax. Let me talk a little, dear. You see, as someone who serves a large variety of tea, it is vital to have a good understanding of the various plants and herbs that make up the drinks. It's only natural that part of the knowledge includes the study of poisonous substances and ways to neutralize them. In my homeland, there's plenty of stories of old men picking flowers in the wild, believing they could brew the most delicious pot of tea. Should I be saying this? Why not? Anyway, such stories often end with those old men covered in deadly rash, desperate for help. So you need to know how to treat them. Sounds like a smart habit. Okay, so did... I think we might have talked about this. Did you know that Elena lost her mother at a young age? Yeah, okay, so we talked about this. Oh, shit. I clicked something. Okay, so we talked about... Oh my god. Can I get it together? Must have been tough. I didn't know. Okay, whatever. It didn't make a difference. Purr. Let me stop clicking fast. Okay, so now we can give her clues. Or talk to her about things. Let's just... I don't really see how that's any of my business here. Oh, girl. Come on now. What about... Let's just ask her about Lixbane. You think this is what killed poor Alina? Goddess, good work identifying it. You certainly are resourceful. I do wonder how someone could have gotten their hands on this here in the city. Was that the time? Oh. I done pooped it up asking things that were irrelevant. Okay, so she's in a bad mood. Okay, so she doesn't even care anymore. I'm starting to think she's the one that's guilty, y'all. I truly am. Because she'd like to wake up call, she'd like the pirate's joy. Those are significantly different. Let's go. We can't do that. Let's go. Doesn't like that. Can we find... Maybe do an orange daisy? Oh, this is pretty. Now imagine my mouse dying in one of those. Alright, so we did not make her in a better mood, so she did not get to, not get to a better mood there. Alright, let's look at Fing's past. Don't be ridiculous. Miss Vi is kind, wise woman. She doesn't deserve this. Hey girl, she is so upset. What about Elixbane? How about that? So it was Elixbane, huh? I can't believe such a pretty flower could do all that. You're familiar with it? With the plant? Sure, I paid attention in class. Never seen one in real life though, only in drawings. Okay. Let's make... Oh, but he's innocent. Oh, let's talk about her. Good for her. Must be nice to be able to return to the family mansion after slumming it with us city folk. Sorry, that was catty of me. I guess I can't blame her for seeking the support of her family after what happened. Okay, but let's let her know. Okay, so some jeweler just sold her a pair of fangs. I don't see what this has to do with anything. Okay, let's even go further. Are you sure? Wendy only put up with me for Elena's sake. I can't imagine her willingly subjecting herself to the presence of the proles. The person that told me had no reason to lie. Interesting. Perhaps she just went to yell at poor people to let off steam? Well, if it's like, okay. My thing is like, if she did do it, wouldn't she kind of like be kind of like putting, you know, if she did do it, I feel like she would be like, yeah, that's really suspicious that she has this stuff and this stuff or whatever. You know, she'd be like pushing it off, right? She wouldn't be like defending these people. Unless she did it and regrets it and is now like trying not to, doesn't want anybody else to take like the blame, or doesn't want anybody else to get in trouble for it or something. All right, let's see what's happening here. All right, so she likes orange daisy, she likes this. Let's go with, we get, so we did a 6. Don't want to do a 9. Let's see if she likes an Eastern Ruby. For the sake of it. Because we don't need anything else from her. We don't need to be like personally close with her. So we've already went and done our thing. Alright. Interesting. In this line of work, you can often bet good money on the ex-boyfriend being the culprit. I'm not too surprised though. This kind of crime would have taken a level of premeditation that seems a little beyond Mr. Durand, bless his heart. Excellent work, bartender. That's a suspect crossed off the list. Her. Okay. I'm not surprised Miss Vi is a wise and well-traveled woman. Let's put the idea of her being some killer dead already, shall we? She has been hassled enough by our detective. Must we go digging into her past too? I mean, still gonna have to. I want to have like 100% of the information. Miss Brooker on the train to Rava. Now that's unexpected. I would take any information Mr. Wagner provides with a grain of salt, but I also can't imagine that he'd stand to gain from lying about this. I wonder what she was traveling all the way out there for. See, we're probably gonna have to wait until she gets back to really get like that information and to ask about that stuff with her. Bye. Get our man over here. Why does he give me like the evil twin of like Peter? Oh shit. I'll shit my pants if they're related. Okay, so Killian's innocent. The rules out the ex-boyfriend then. Good work, bartender. This will allow us to focus our attention on the remaining suspects. Trip to the farm. Let me get this straight. You're saying Peter gave you this information? Peter Wagner? Do you know him? Oh, I know him all right. As does every police officer in the city. You do well to avoid the likes of him, bartender. He's nothing but a bad influence. The information he gave, however, although I normally consider anything he says highly suspect, I struggle to see what reason he could have to lie in this situation. This is definitely worth looking into. See if you can find out why Miss Brooker was traveling that day and why she would have visited such a royal location. Okay. Interesting. It's possible she learned at a young age out of mere curiosity, of course. But one has to wonder why such a topic was ever relevant in her life to begin with. Perhaps it's time to take a closer look at Mrs. Spy's past. Didn't she just kind of explain it a little bit, though? Didn't she already explain that? Okay, well, I guess that's kind of it. I guess that's... Unless I have something new here that I can put. Right, okay. Same thing we had before. Alright, I guess that's done. I don't think I've ever left people out before. I think that's like the first time I've ever done that. Okay. Let me see. Oh my god. Please organize this. Okay. Everything has... impoverished relatives. Seen traveling second class to the poor area of Rava after mentioning she was visiting her family. Could it be that Brooker family is not as wealthy as she claims? I wonder if she was in like hoping that she could get like money out of her. Could it be Wendy is not who she says she is? Her fancy jewelry is fake, and supposedly her old money family appeared to be living in an impoverished part of the country. Is she really an heiress? Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking. Then I'm thinking, okay, so what, like, maybe she knew a secret, but what would she get from, like, killing her? Like, if she was wanting money, what's to gain? You know, what's to gain if she goes and she kills her and she offs her? There's nothing to gain. You'd be better off with, like, a ransom or something like that, you know? Then I'm thinking, what true motive does she have? Unless she was like trying to make it look like something and she actually just wanted to kill her because she was mad about something. Oh, shut up. Wendy recently visited Rava, an impoverished rural area outside of Bukovi. Mentioned that Lixman grows in areas just like this. If Wendy has traveled here before, it could be where she got the poison that killed. Shut up. I'm a bad investigator because I didn't even catch that. Okay, listen, I've also been playing another game. Excuse me. Wow. Okay, so there's cause. Now, we don't actually have like a motive for Fang or Wendy. And I'm honestly shocked we don't technically have a motive with Maria. Is that her name? Her name's Maria, right? Oh, is this the motive? Motive? Wait, am I tripping? What's going on? Where am I? We do have motive. I'm stupid. Okay, so we just don't know Killian's motive. I do want to get this, even though we know he's not it. There's evidence. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Slowly but surely. There it is. Okay, with the past and with the toxicology. She has extensive knowledge of toxin and has been suspected in a deadly poisoning once before. She would have certainly had the know-how to kill Alina if she wanted. Now, sorry, I was drinking my coffee. Now I just don't see what she would have, why she would want to kill, I don't see why she would want to kill her. You know what's messing me up is the blackmail letter. Like, what did this say? Someone that knew Lady's drug use was blackmail. Okay, okay. See, to me, that's motive for, Maria. Or Wendy. Yeah, okay. I could see Wendy or Maria here. I do not see Fang whatsoever. I guess in a way that, like, if her business isn't as poppin' as it used to be, right? And she kind of like wanted to blackmail her to get money. Because we did have that conversation before with her, but I just do not see Fang doing that. But Wendy, we're finding out that she's actually poor. We're finding out that Maria, I don't know why we do have a motive. Okay, I just said that like literally 5 seconds ago. Yeah, I could see Maria being mad about it because of this whole time she thought that it was one way when it was actually another way. Excuse me. Yo, the way I have hiccups in these videos all the time. But she, because of the whole time she could have been winning these competitions and stuff like that. Alina always wanted to be the winner, blah blah blah. So then maybe she's like using that, but whatever. And so now she found out. Now she wanted to, maybe the motive for like the blackmailing for the money. Because I'm trying to think of like, why the hell are we caring about money in this situation? But I'm thinking, okay, so maybe it was to get the money back she deserved to win, right? Maria isn't rich. Maria is also poor, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like, she's not wealthy. And so I'm thinking, well, if she found out that she was using drugs to win, like enhancing drugs to win, then this whole time she could have been getting that money instead. She could have been winning. She could have got the reputation. She could have got the opportunities. She could have got so much more, right? And maybe with her background and having less money, she would have pushed harder or something. I don't know. Whatever. But that being said, I can see it being Maria. I can see it being Wendy. Both getting back her money that she deserves to have, and her just finding out and trying to blackmail her to get money. Just an opportunity, happenstance kind of vibe. So we'll see. I do not see Fang Bai. Let's fit the cat first. Oh, key cat. Key cat. Okay. Let's talk to my man. Oh, actually, let's talk to Killian first. Definitely not my man. Not my man at all. Alright, so let's get him a little bit. He's in a good mood, so that's good. Alright, let's get him to 4. Do this one. Pretty sure this is the only 4 there is. Can we get him? We've got it. We got it, boys. We got it, boys. Alright. I think we already did this one. I resent them as, I'm certain they resent me. I've never been given a single ounce of trust. Okay, so we did see this. I just don't like that it still shows the whatchamacallit symbol. It makes me think that I need to do it still. Oh, I guess it's grayed out though. Whatever. I need to get it together. Okay, so you seem annoyed, but there's more to it, right? Things spiraled out of control so quickly. Every time life knocks me down, I feel like people gather around to see me fail or kick me while I'm down. Purr. I trust you know what happened to Elena? I do. We were dating until she broke. Okay, so there's this motive. Until she broke things off with me a couple weeks ago. She stopped taking my telephony. I feel like it can't possibly be telephony. Machine calls. When I confronted her on the boulevard, she said her friends don't like me. They thought I was using her for her money. Me using her. Horrible things to say. I know the proles don't exactly have it easy, but there's a simplicity to how they can find new work. Someone like me can't adapt as quickly as they can. My refinement is a kind of detriment. I get it. What hurt more is how Elena tried to keep my critics anonymous, as if it's not obvious that Maria had filled her head with this nonsense. Who else? I was trying to get a sense of normalcy back in my life, and Wendy invited me to the tea terrace. It wasn't long before I was thrown straight back into the drama. Sure enough, I had only just come to terms with Elena's romantic feelings when I lost her. Okay. Wait. So we're saying that Wendy invited him, and I knew that already, right? We knew that, but now hearing it again after information that we have about her, Wendy invited him into the drama of it all, got them all arguing, I think, or something like that. It's feeling like she's puppet master here, so I'm starting to feel like Wendy's the one who did it. Okay, so we already did both of those. All right. All right, let's see what he feels about the checkmate thing. Hold on, you're saying Maria could have killed Elena over chess, but it's just a game. Chess was their life, Killian. The prize money would have been substantial for Maria. Color drained from Killian's face as he seems to come to a sudden realization, but I'm the one that told Maria about the pills. Does that mean that it wasn't your fault? Done is done. Well, what else shall we discuss? Okay, so I kind of put him in a bad mood. Yikes. But let's see what he thinks about this. That is a bizarre theory, but it's possible, I guess. Why else would someone ever want to go to a place like that? Did Wendy go to do any traveling in the months before Elena's death? Well, yeah, about a month ago. She goes to on the little trips all the time, and she never invites any of us. Okay. That doesn't sound right. Maybe the broker's mansion is really remote or something. My mother is expecting me back soon. All right, I actually need Killian for a lot more of this. He's like in the shit, so I just would love to have a conversation with him. All right, so we already did this. Let's see. So she likes Pirate's Joy. We could go... We go Eastern Ruby. I want to say that used to be her favorite, but I don't remember. Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? Are we there? We do be. We do be. Hey, cool. Now, let's see. Let's talk about... Let me see if she can give me... I think she talked to me about this. Not questioning my keen eye, are you? I told you what I saw. Yeah, okay. Keeping up appearances. Let's go there. By the goddess, I knew there was something fake about her right from the get-go. Excellent work, bartender. Now this is the kind of shocking material one can make a radio segment about. Wendy Brooker, an imposter in our midst. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's just a theory. In the business of gossip, one rarely has the luxury of official confirmation. You just have to learn to trust your gut, darling. And risk slander? You say so. Oh, come on. I didn't... Oh, come on. Oh. Always a stick in the mud. Oh, come on. I'm being funny. I'm being so funny. Oh, bartender, I can think of other reasons why a young lady might be dishonest about her travels than being secretly poor. You'll have to substantiate that with a bit more evidence before it's broadcast-worthy material. Not telling you this so you can use it on your show. I'll keep at it. Good. Chop chop. Get to it then. Alright, girl. Don't ever chop chop at me ever again. Before I start talking real mean. I'm gonna talk real mean to you. Okay. Might be the last one. Seems like a lot of effort to travel all the way for a poisonous plant, but then I suppose it isn't the sort of thing you can order in the mail, is it? Should head back? Oh, I need both of you guys. They have so much, like, we have so much conversation not had with them. What's up, Peter? What's up, baby? What's up? Oh, wow. I have a lot of this stuff. Did we go through a lot of his stuff before? No, that's just sad. Why are you telling me this? Okay. Oh, maybe I should probably give him something he likes. I don't know. Okay. Let's go wake up call. Didn't make him in a good mood. That's unfortunate for me. Let's see what he thinks about the harvest. Sounds like a lot of effort when you sell rat poison right here in Bukovi. The store clerk could remember selling her that. It would be easier to detect and see. See, stuff like this is why I could never be a poisoner. Too much scheming involved. Hope that isn't your only reason. Okay, what about keeping up appearances? I knew something was up with that girl. You're a proper little sleuth, aren't you? I am. And you got that. They're all because of me. Okay. Don't say I never did something for you. Can I get back out of jail so me and Peter can live together forever? I need my character. I don't want to be this fake person. I want to be me again. Okay, impoverished relatives. I told you there was something to it. Something's fishy about that broad. I can tell you that. Takes one to know one. It's late. I'm going home. Okay, bye. Bye. See you later. Alright, girl. Do a drink. Alright, we have this we like, this we like. Let's go... Another fruity one. Let's go here. We don't care about any of that. Let's do impoverished relatives. Now that would be an interesting twist. A lie about the destination of a trip is not quite enough evidence to support that theory, though. Try to see if you can find more evidence to substantiate, excuse me, your claim. You may just be onto something. Am I getting this right? You believe Ms. Brooker might be some sort of imposter? It's a rather wild theory, but I must admit you've piqued my interest. I fear the only person who can tell us more is Wendy herself, but it won't be easy to get her to open up. Try to gain her trust. That's a solid deduction, bartender. Good work. It's not easy to get your hands on a poison like Lixbane here in the city. So direct access like this certainly merits some suspicion. You know what? I could be asking the other guys that don't have anything to do with this about like Lixbane and charcoal and things like that. That was probably what I should have been doing with them. Not necessarily talking about the tea, but like this, Lixbane, you know, stuff like that. Colorful history. You are basing your wild theories on speculation from the past. I will admit you've clearly put some thought into this, but you're making a very serious accusation here. And so I see no need to hold back in sharing this information. When Fang left Huasha and entered Sara, I was in charge of investigating her background while she applied for a resident permit. What I found was not some fanatical bloodthirsty assassin, but a scared young woman who tried to make her home a better place. After her permit was approved, a particularly vexatious Bukovi constable would pester me to check up on her again and again. I never found any dirt. I think he held some vendetta, or maybe it was plain old bigotry. In those 10 years, she never set a foot wrong. It's easy enough for someone from Huasha to become a scapegoat for whatever the Bukovi constabulary is cracking down on. But she never gave them an excuse to pull her up. She noticed my attention and eventually we became friends. I regularly visited her tea house and her home. I don't need to remind you that at my age, I am the very definition of old money. I always felt safe. You're trying to make Fang as the one who poisoned that poor girl. I can tell you right now, you are wasting your time. Fang wouldn't bother with a young girl, and if she did, she wouldn't get caught. Okay, so we got the defense. She had plenty of chances to eliminate enemies and she could have done so without repercussions, but she never did. The records of my investigation will provide a solid defense during any trial, and I would gladly provide them. Okay, cool. We have that. Here we go. Oh, he was dumped. There was his motive, but he's fine. Alina made the right call, if you ask me. You're hardly in the same league. Being blonde and charming can only excuse so much ineptitude. Perhaps you could find out more about how Killian was affected by the breakup. Wouldn't be the first to turn very sour indeed. We already know he's fine. I'm still standing on my word, but by my word, you know, the past is dead and buried. Consider Fang Bai off your list of suspects. Okay, so we have. Why does it not show the motive here? It should be showing the breakup as a motive, I would assume. But maybe not. I would assume so though. Okay. Bye. Maybe we'll talk to him and maybe he'll say it. Oh, we can't give him a drink? That's interesting. Dumped. Interesting. A vengeful ex-boyfriend turned to murderer is a tale as old as time, but I doubt this was a mere crime of passion. Perhaps getting cut out from Alina's wealth had some financial repercussions for Mr. Durand. See what else you can dig up. Impoverished relatives. It's pure speculation, of course, but it is an interesting theory. Though I have my doubts Miss Brooker could be our culprit, I'll always encourage you to follow your instincts. You'll need more evidence to back your claims. If Miss Brooker really is less wealthy than she'd like people to believe, there might have been signs, especially to someone with a discerning eye. Fascinating. If what you're saying is true, it would certainly be of relevance to do this investigation. You may be able to get the truth out of Miss Brooker, but I advise you proceed with caution. Try to gain her trust if you can. I don't even know how far we got with her, like, on trust level. Excellent work, bartender. All it takes to confirm this story is a bit of legwork on my part, but access Dude, the poison isn't everything, of course. Focus on finding a motive. The tea house assassination in Washa. I remember reading articles about the event during my training. The know Miss Bai was involved all along. A criminal organization called the White Tigers claimed the assassinations at the time. They were targeting the wealthy elite that controlled their community. In a way, you could say the nobility here in Sara are everything the White Tigers hate: decadent, powerful, and deeply entrenched in government. So maybe they were targeting old money, but that certainly doesn't describe Alina. The only one at the table who does match the description is Wendy Brooker. Her record is clean, but if Miss Bai holds the same grudge as the White Tigers once did, could Miss Brooker have been the true target all along? That's an interesting twist. I wish I would have gotten earlier. Was the charcoal a failed attempt to correct an assassination gone wrong? Yes, it's certainly a working theory. We should ask. Never mind. Oh, because he was gonna say we should ask her. We don't need her input. Good work, bartender. See, we have the motive. That's kind of crazy. That was a crazy twist that could have been like more shocking earlier. I mean, still I gasped, so whatever. The article was an interesting find, but this does clear Miss Bai for our suspicions. Whatever my feelings on Miss Ernest may be, I won't deny she was a thorough investigator in her prime. We can trust her due diligence. And then I'll just do this for the sake of doing it. If the theory has merit, but perhaps you can find holes in it that I'm not seeing. Alright, so we'll be done with him. No, we'll be done with him. We're gonna go back to her and just put the one piece down just for the sake of it. I love that she will drink and doesn't care, but he will not now. Another one of Detective Merton's delightful theories, isn't it? Don't expect me to agree on this kind of hogwash. It's pure speculation. Okay, per. Alright, now just see for the sake of it as well. If there's anything else. No. Nothing at all. Yeah, we're making good progress, y'all. We're making good progress. I have a lot of stuff on the board now. Oh boy. Cut off. I'm out here. Lena broke up with him. Killian no longer had access to her money and was forced to move back in with his controlling parents. Would he have found another way to circumvent their financial restriction? Okay. Need to find his motive. Because I feel like dumped definitely needs to be motive. Oh, never mind. No, that's killing. We're missing his motive, that's for sure. I figured, yeah, like being cut off, or there we go. There we go. Killing was cut off from Elena's money after their breakup, and his spending is heavily restricted by his controlling parents. He could have resorted to blackmailing Elena for her money. See, there we go. That's what I was looking for. This is get annoying. I just want to be thorough, you know? Like, in my head, I feel like I should know, and I feel a teeny tiny bit guilty doing this. Or like, you know, if I was a true investigator, I couldn't do this. But it's a video game, damn it. Okay. Dumped. Got cut off. Clean record. But she's gonna be good. Like, these probably don't get anything at all. I'm assuming the ones that have like the little symbols on them probably won't get anything pulled to them, only because I mean, what more are you getting from this? You're not gonna find them like anything else from it. I mean, it works that way at least. But now it's a completion thing, at least for me, so I have to do it for them all. They all have to be gray. Because what if, you know what I mean? Because what if? Alright. That, and that. Oh. You know, I don't... These gonna be a long, like, little... That's for sure. Game is... These cases are long. Okay. Cool. Done it all. Let's save. Gotta pet the kitty cat. Sure. Literally. Okay. Let's oh my god, Wendy's back, y'all. Talk to Vincent. Has been a great help. Glad to hear, bartender. Seems like my little investment paid off after all. Perhaps I will take it for a spin later on. Okay, so let's... In a good mood already. He doesn't like this. He likes this. Let's just starting from the top. Okay. Let's do charcoal. Interesting. I think I've read about the property of charcoal once in a book on recent medical developments. Think the goddess Miss Bai keeps a cool head in a crisis. Okay. Let's see if we can figure out if he knows anything about this. I'd rather you didn't tell me things like this, bartender. I despise gossip. Okay. Fine. Let's go with something like threatening letter. Okay. Let's go. Family have taken this detective work seriously. Is it decent to be digging into the poor girl's dirty laundry like this? I need to find out why she was murdered. I suppose so. Needless to say, I know nothing about it, and perhaps, and I prefer to keep it that way. All right, fine. You're useless. Bye. All right, let's go. And see what Lucas might have for us. All right, wake up call was his baby wavy. Let's do Eastern Ruby. Let's go. We already did Lixbane. See, I feel like I've kind of done everything. That doesn't know anything about anyone. I don't think. See if we know about things past. Doesn't sound like the kind of information I should be privy to. Yeah. What about a threatening letter? Sorry, I'm not sure why you're asking me about this. Yeah. What about Alina's death? Heard about it. Goodness, what a nightmare. My thoughts go out to her family and friends. Yeah, like, what are we talking to this man for? About what? I could see like the other things, but he's not gonna give me any information about this. Let's go Killian. Alright, we know about these two. Get him a drink. He's in a bad mood. Let's give him something he likes. Okay, so... maybe... so he's into the fruity vibe here. Maybe a perfect storm? Or an Easter ruby, but that would just make him go home. Maybe we do Liberty. Let's do Liberty for the questions. Next time we'll try something else. Oh, it was his favorite. Oh, it was one of his favorites. Yay! Ask him about charcoal. Yeah, remember, I'm glad she didn't tell us it was charcoal she was using, having us swallow until afterwards, or I probably wouldn't have done it. Even if you may have died, it's disgusting, bartender. Charcoal is what you draw with in art class. It's not medicine. Let's talk about... what would I know about precious stones? Perhaps the jewelers just lied to her. You can't trust anyone these days. Certainly not someone trying to sell you something. Okay, that's fine. I don't understand what you're saying. That doesn't make any sense. You don't think it's possible? Of course it isn't. Look at her. She's a girl with class, with brains. Not some country bumpkin. Oh my god. Wendy, traveling to Rava? Are you pulling my leg? There's no way. She'd spontaneously combust if a single speck of dirt ever touched her shoes. Well, okay. Come on now. What? I'm thinking... I mean, she's already innocent. What's the point? Oh, wait. Okay, Maria. Maria's the only one. Let's... so the fight was about the pills. Did you tell Maria about them on purpose, knowing she'd be upset? What? No. Why would I do that? You didn't like her spending time with Elena. Well, sure, but the feeling was mutual, I assure you. I only told Maria because, well, I was a little concerned, to be honest. I didn't think Elena would be happy if I brought it up, but she'd listen to Maria all right. Or so I thought, anyway. Okay. Alright, so let's talk to Wendy. Oh my god, let's talk to Wendy. Oh my god, you guys. We need to give her her favy wavy. Okay, so... what do you think? An orange daisy? Need to find her favorite drink. I think the speakeasy is helping people. Why, yes, darling, you're doing a splendid job. I don't just say that because you're keeping your blood alcohol levels topped up. In these trying times, we do need to help one another. I know I come off as somewhat of a how would you say? Well-refined taste, cold-hearted bitch. I don't know. Can I say this? Very kind, darling, but a little cloying. I don't mind if you're a little rougher with one another, verbally, that is. I know how people think of me, and they are not wrong. I can do nasty things with words, but my actions aren't nearly so callous. In truth, I am a teddy bear once you get to know me. I just enjoy the back and forth, trading little jabs. So look at what I do, not what I say. You do believe me, don't you? Good. Maybe you're a better judge of character than most people in this city. Well, I sponsored Elena's chess tournament. I paid the entry fee for her several times. thought Elena was wealthy. That was kind of you. Yes, well, I could afford it more comfortably than Elena could. Her father's behavior means her wealth is volatile, but I can afford to be a little reckless. And she was a talented girl. I wanted to encourage her. Her friends really let her down when she needed them most. Which friends? Oh, I've said too much. The point is, I was there for Elena when others, maybe those who seem less cold-hearted than me, were nowhere to be seen. And my patronage didn't end there. I helped Killian out so he could take Elena to a fancy restaurant back when they were still flirting. And I paid for the repairs for Fang's windows when young thugs attacked her house. But I must ask something of you. Please talk about this with I mentioned. I wouldn't want them to feel awkward for accepting help. I have a reputation to keep. Cold-hearted bitch, remember? Okay, can I say this again without it costing me? Oh, come the fuck on. Oh, that makes me so mad. I was literally trying to do that. Thank you. But I fucked it up. Gosh darn it. Whatever. Okay. Let's do. I don't know. I should have known this was something fishy about Maria from the start. You're probably right on the mark, Martsender. Their reconciliation was just a ploy to take Elena off her guard so she could take her revenge. What a sad affair. Yeah, I feel like I need her to trust me more. Oh dear, it seems Maria has been naughty indeed. I'm not surprised with her. She always has a cunning little schemer. I suppose that's what made her good at chess. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, I want to ask. Let's ask about Looksbane. Why not? So that's the poison that did it. Nothing good comes from those parts of the country, does it? Your food comes from there. My food comes from the store, dear. It's far too late for the lady like me to be out alone. I'm finding a chaperone and heading home. Okay, I still feel like I need to be more... Like, I don't even have her at a heart yet. Alright, let's start from the top with her. I don't need to, like... She'll literally talk to me about whatever. Cut off. Rejection clipped his wings, didn't it? Certainly imagine him holding a grudge over that, even if he only has his own complacency to blame. Let's see if this fits the rest of our puzzle. Believe Mr. Duran could be our blackmailer? It's certainly a credible theory. He may have grown a little too comfortable getting to share Elena's wealth. I can only imagine how well he handled her payments drying up. Okay, so my thing is, why are we feeling like he's like getting all this? Like, I just don't understand how that works. We just taking our partner's money? We feel that entitled to it? Having to move back home with your tail between your legs, a humiliating affair for any young man, I would imagine. Still, it doesn't seem to have motivated him to find work. Is he really just that lazy, or was he getting money some other way? Elena granted him a rope, but Killian saw only a ladder. It's certainly a credible theory. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But turns out, just vibing. He's pretty sad about it. I don't know if I have more here. Did we get more while we were out? I don't think so. Yeah, no. At the kitty cat. We continue. I need to talk to Wendy more. I need to find her favorite drink. Ooh. Listening. Wendy. Looking fabulous as always, lighting up the room as always, drunk as always, wearing the same dress as... She is wearing the same dress as all. Olivia dear, I heard about your radio show. I can't imagine anyone better to advise people who made bad life choices. You have so much experience. Are we playing for blood tonight, Wendy? I'm wearing white. You're the only one who gives me any sport, Olivia. With the rest, it's like I'm a lion let loose among the lambs, or a cougar. You are feisty today. I enjoy it. Do we retract the clause now, or just bring up your history with let's not dance again, darling? We're both leads, and I'm not looking for a tongue lashing tonight. Let's share a drink and a laugh. Now tell me, I saw you eyeing up Killian last night. Oh, I always keep my options open. Women like us, we need to be light on our feet. That is sus as hell. I was listening. I was listening. I would love to give her what she likes. They got any gossip on Wendy Brooker? That's like... Alright, let's the farm. Going on a little safari to observe the peasantry, is she? Ha, I think more people in the city could benefit from that. Pardon me, darling, as much as I love to gossip, I'm not sure I know enough about this. Just want some spicy stuff. He's good and okay. We need to talk about Maria. Oh my, talk about juicy piece of information. Think the goddess booksellers aren't bound by client confidentiality, huh? Can't imagine anyone innocent would want to read about a subject like that. Sounds credible to me. For a quarrel between girlfriends to go that badly, it must have been over something serious, and as charming as I'm sure Killian is, I rather doubt it was over a boy. Alright. Need to get her drink. Alright, so she didn't like Orange Daisy. Likes Eastern Ruby. Fuck it. Gonna keep trying. That was not her favorite either. Ah, but we got her liking us a little bit. Do second fiddle. What else do you want me to add, bartender? Why not ask someone else? Good girl. Visiting family. You're not fishing for an invite, are you? My family is very traditional, I'm afraid. They're not as open to mingling with the rabble as I am. Trip to the farm. What? Are you seriously telling me you would trust the word of a flea-ridden mongrel like Peter Wagner? What reason would I have to lie? Don't be such a gullible fool. Strays like him love nothing more than to besmirch the good name of upstanding citizens like myself. They can't stand anyone having what they don't. I'm still going for it, y'all. You got completely mad? You're making up conspiracy theories about us now? Bro. We're going deep. Don't be ridiculous. Miss Carmine is nothing but a washed-up gossip that loves to start trouble. If she told me the sky was blue, I'd step outside and check for myself. So you're saying she was mistaken? I'm saying that vapid floozy couldn't tell the difference between a diamond and a dishcloth. So, it's far too late? Okay. Mad at me. I understand. I get it. Whatever. Alright, we still haven't got this girl her favorite drink. We need to try hard. Whatever. Do something cute. Oh my god. beautiful. Can you tell me about Lena? She was the sunlight cracking the clouds. Without her, I just feel, where do I even start? It's all so unfair. Maria hunches over her drink. Tear rolls down her nose and lands on the bar. I didn't realize growing up was just leaving things behind over and over. When my mom was ill, she said she hoped dying was like being a sleepy kid at a party. When you can't keep your eyes open, your dad lifts you on your bed. Oh my god, this is so fucking sad. And listening to the laughter in the other room, you drift off to sleep. Melina didn't get that. Not fucking close. All she had was fear and panic, and when she died, her gas didn't stop. They carried on inside me. I knew her, and I know how she felt at the end. Nobody knows me the way she did, and now she's gone. Yeah, that gave me goosebumps. Bro, that's so sad. Now I can't even like. Now I can't even think that she would do that. It has to be. It has to be Wendy. Certainly be rich after her constant boasting about the splendors of her family home. But I'm not sure I'm convinced by what you're getting at. Some old money families do own farmland, you know. Has she ever mentioned her family owning farmland? Well, no, not at all actually. That's insane. Even if you held me at gunpoint right now, I'd be hard-pressed to come up with a more typical example of spoiled old money heiress than Wendy Brooker. Then again, maybe she's a bit too typical. Also, the tea that she was about to spill about Carmine, I'm interested in. You think she was bringing back poisonous plants from her vacation? It sounds far-fetched, but I guess she has been behaving rather suspiciously. From what I remember from her boasting, I think she took another one of her trips not too long ago too. Yeah, I don't like all of this is so unnecessary. That's his motive, but he's like fine. Let's talk about this, I guess. Probably gonna piss her off. Why were you talking to Wendy about me? The woman has never had anything charitable to say about anyone. But was she right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. It's alright, conversation is part of your job. She does have a point. My whole life, Alina was better than me, and there was no jealousy over that. Just was my inspiration. Something happened? I guess nobody's perfect, not even Alina Dragos. You are treading on very thin ice. Why are you prying like this? I'm trying to understand. I'm not sure you could understand. After Alina's father made his fortune, she had everything. New friends, new opportunities. She shared it all with me, even though I never asked for anything but her friendship. But it wasn't enough. Any day she could lose it all again. All those doors would close and her friends would be gone. That's why she was so desperate to stay on top. As a champion, she could stand on her own. I just wish she considered my feelings. I deserved a chance to be her equal. I just cannot see it being her. I really cannot. Like, I feel like at this point I just need to be trying to find their favorites so that I can get on their good side. And that wasn't her favorite. Alright, so let's... I wonder if... I don't really see how this is any of my business. Okay. What a strange theory. Is it proper of you to be digging up unsavory details about a girl's family like this? Rich or poor, they weren't at my tea house that day. She was. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know, bartender. Are you sure Mr. Wagner's word can be trusted? If he's right, you may have a point. Brava is a poor and rather rough place. It's not the kind of countryside where one vacations, but it's most definitely home to those kinds of plants. How much do I know about Maria? Well, certainly more than most people. She and Elena lived or visited the tea terrace nearly every day, practicing chess, talking, laughing. In all my years, I have rarely seen a more close and intimate friendship. I would put, see, there we go, my life on the line to testify against anyone who believes Maria has anything to do with Elena's death. It pains me to see her suffer so much on her own. All she ever needed was Elena, and now she's gone. Yeah. Her. Okay. Okay, y'all. So we have motive, evidence, defense for Maria, Killian, and Fang. So now we do know that Wendy is the one who did it. We just need her motive, and that's it. Then I will be happy. Actually, let's get him a drink. That's his favorite, but let's go with the sticks for the sake of seeing if we can get more conversation out of him. Nothing, okay. Okay. Let's see what he has to say. Under normal circumstances, I'd remind you that there are other reasons why someone might seek visit the outdoors. Fresh air and greenery are in short supply here in Bukovia after all, but I suppose this is Miss Brooker we're talking about. You may be onto something. I just don't know if he's gonna say much. Yeah, see, he doesn't like gossip. But like, if we get something out of him here, fascinating, I'm sure, but I'm not sure what he expects. Yeah. Let's kind of think of where we could maybe get some conversation here. I hardly knew the girls, but I believe my spy is rather fond of both of them. Ask her. Yeah, see, that's a hint towards that. Go to the farm. Rather you didn't tell me things. I despise gossip. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Fine. I'd rather try all the avenues than try nothing. Going down the line, y'all. Alright, coming clean. You play the social game well, bartender. Nice work getting her to open up. Grief like this is not what I would expect from a murderer, but tears alone are no defense. You'll need some confirmation that her feelings are genuine from someone who knows her well. Yeah, and that's a little hint too, but we already did that, so that's pretty good. Being a suspect herself, it seems to me, Fang Bai would have little reason to lie on Miss Papa's behalf. I think we can trust her judgment. Alright, cool. I think we're done with that. Let's go ahead and say bye. Let's go over here. Let's not give him anything because he doesn't want it. Maria must have cared for Elena a great deal. It's starting to seem rather unlikely that she's our killer. Still, how well do you and I really know her? She doesn't seem like much of an actress to me, but let's run this past people that know her well, just to be sure. Got it. Her. Considering Miss Bai herself as a suspect, she would have much to gain from incriminating Maria, lending credence to her defense. This closes the book. Almost. See, that's exactly what I said about Maria, because I'm like, she could be throwing off things at people, but she still doesn't. Even when I mentioned stuff about Wendy, didn't immediately like say that, you know, she could be like the killer. She's just like, what? She's going to visit her family. So like, what is that? You know what I mean? So feels to me like could have said more things and you chose not to. I truly don't think this has anything to do with anything. Let's try to match it to Maria's, or to Wendy's stuff. See, my thing is that like Wendy invited Killian. And I think probably had everybody there in hopes that she would like get someone else to look guilty. I don't think these ones that are like the defense ones, the killer ones, and the motive ones, I don't think they ever give hints to anything. So we just need to find and if I have to get close to Wendy, it's gonna be feel like Kitty. Save the game. Alright, let's talk to Killian. We're gonna give him his favorite. We want to talk to him a lot, and we also just want to make him us. Alright. Let's do visiting family. Can't believe she's going on a luxurious trip in the middle of the police investigation. I guess that's Wendy for you. It's only a weekend, I suppose so, but she could have had the decency to invite us for once at least. Goddess, did you really need to give me that horrible details? Yes, it certainly sounds like Elena's symptom. Have you heard of the Lixmane before? Poison to kill big cats? Of course not. What kind of nutcase would even need that? Well, what should we discuss? Okay, so let's do... Maybe we'll get more information. Why are you asking me about this? It's been reading the papers. You understand as much as I do about what happened, which is not much, admittedly. Telling me someone was leeching away her wealth this whole time? That's appalling. Who would do such a thing? What this says. There you have it. I can't think of any reason why anyone would voluntarily learn about poisons if not to poison someone. Some people just like to gather knowledge. Weird people, perhaps. Okay. That was him slightly accusing of Fang of... Excuse me. Go this route, I guess. Alright. I told you, kid, I saw what I saw, clear as day. You figure out what it means. Okay. How's this my business exactly? Fine, stinker. Oh, whatever. I think if like maybe I give like an innocence. Now that's just sad. Why are you telling me this? Oh, okay, buddy. I need you to be better at this. Looks like the girl played a dangerous game. She's getting more interesting by the second. Can we focus on the letter? What am I, your criminal consultant? I don't imagine she he knew who was sending these, all I can tell you. How do you figure? Use your brain, kid. Why'd she be paying up if she could pay like me to make the problem go away? Not everyone like that. Carla doesn't mind you double dipping. Let's ask. Trust me, most people do once their backs are against the wall. Let him going home. I didn't want to say anything to piss him off. Alright, let's get her a drink that she likes. Not gonna lie, I didn't even pay attention if it was gonna be a good... Okay. 5, that's... Dude. Starting to feel like, I don't know how I'm supposed to go about this. That's a relief, I suppose. As much as Killian annoys me, I admit I'm not surprised it wasn't him, and not just because he's a bit dim. He was bitter about being dumped, sure, but I don't think he really liked... I do think he really liked Elena, not just her money. Of course, Miss Vi hasn't committed any crimes. What is wrong with you? I'm glad Miss Ernest defended her friend, but she should have to. Hey girl, I'm just doing my job, bro. Possessing knowledge is not a crime. Are you implying that he's been doing something illegal? The boy's an oaf, but you said it yourself. His parents are incredibly controlling. I don't think he's mad enough to attempt Miss Wagner's line of work either. Mr. Wagner's line of work. Killian was a leech, and she was right to break things off if you ask me. You really dislike him, don't you? Oh, please. It's not what he says. I don't dislike Killian. I just think he's spineless, intellectually lazy, and too defeatist to apply himself to anything. Period. I agree with all of that. He is lazy, intellectually lazy, and I think he's just trying to get money, and I think he could just, a little bit of effort, he could, you know, get his own money and all his own shit. Not that he's without merit, but Elena could do better than a boy that's too afraid of his parents to develop any passions of his own. Slay. Period. Alright, let's see if we can get some information here. Likes Pirate's Joy. Maybe she'll like Liberty. I don't know. Not giving as fruity as the others. Damn. Still in a bad mood. That's a bummer. Alright. Big grindstones. Don't really see how this made my business. That's fine. We're gonna keep going though, girl, because it does sound out of character for Wendy. She's not the type to enjoy mingling with the unwashed masses, as she likes to put it. Are you sure this Mr. Wagner is a credible source? Miss Brooker might be a bit of a character, but the girl is processing the recent death of a dear friend. This is not an appropriate time to spread the outlandish gossip. Sure is. It sure is. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. What she says here. Stand by every word I said, bartender. Oh, it was at the time. Dude, how am I just gonna have to literally talk to Wendy? How am I supposed to, I know it's Wendy, right? But I just don't have her motive here. We go over and see if we can talk. Not what I meant. Not what I wanted. Gosh darn it, can I stop it? Wendy. Name. Okay, old money. See? 0 matches found. I'm not exactly sure here. Exactly sure. I don't think we have anything new from today. Yeah, no. Kitty. Yeah, let's ask him some stuff. Give him his favorite. And let's like ask him about a threatening letter. Sorry, I'm afraid I know nothing. You should be telling me this stuff. Ugh. He might not like any of this. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine, but I'm still gonna ask. Man. Yeah, whatever. Alright, let's talk to her. Haven't found her favorite yet. Let's go one night stand. Got 5. Maybe we can like talk about certain things with her and get her to loosen up. What a sub-star. I'm getting all verklempt. You think Maria is lying about her true feelings? I don't think anything, bartender. I'm just saying the crocodile tears don't hold up in the court of law. Damn, she really is just... It's all rather pathetic, isn't it? The boy never did have the brains to become a doctor or a lawyer, nor the worth ethic to succeed in business or politics, leaving little else that Mummy Dearest would approve of. Such a struggle of the nouveau riche. When your wealth is fleeting and hard won, you can never rest on your laurels. It's a shame, really. It's not like Killian doesn't have any merits, an eye for beauty for one thing. Don't you this in confidence, bartender. I hope you won't be spreading around. Leave the girl some dignity in her death. It's all rather suspicious, isn't it? A little too convenient, if you ask me. Then again, what do I know? Perhaps they teach kids all about poisons in Russia. I really want to ask her this last thing. You think I've been lying about my heritage? Gives you an inquisitive look. So she's trying to size you up. Gives a small sarcastic round of applause as she beams at you. Excellent detective work. Well, our relationship has reached a new level, I suppose. Now you know me a little better. It's true, I grew up in an impoverished region in North and struggled every day. When I moved to Bukovi, I learned how superficial everyone around me was. But I also learned how to exploit their attitudes. I see how you operate, and I see you do the same. We're a lot alike? I think so. We both always knew we wanted more than what we were born with, so why shouldn't we take more if we were smart enough? Elena once said it best. Being rich is easy. Just pay attention, just pay the entrance fee. Excuse me. The entrance fee can be as low as some convincing fake jewels, practice enunciation, and some rudimentary sewing skills. Once you're in the club, there's plenty of chances to stay in. Wealthy people shed coin like it doesn't matter to them, and it doesn't. They think it's gosh to talk about money, so they buy you drinks, gifts, let you stay in their summer house. They'd fund a lifestyle you can only dream of and never ask for anything in return out of politeness. I've climbed a shaky ladder, and I'm dangerously close to securing my position at the top. Business deals which are close to completion will soon make me a genuine lady of wealth. You must understand the appeal, bartender. I'm going to say whatever I have to say to get her on my good side. See, I knew I could confide in you. My instincts never betray me. We are very much alike. Anyway, this is our little secret, so hush hush, darling. Okay, so let's see if that was enough to give me to give her motive. No. Okay, damn, that sucks. Let's talk to Carmine. Hello? Oh, I had to. Oh, Fang, I'm so sorry about this morning after church. This wasn't very considerate of me, was it? I still owe you a cup of tea and biscuits. Quite alright, dear. I wasn't in the mood for conversation anyway, nor tea, actually, after everything that's happened. I was just surprised to see you storming past like that. Is everything alright? You still haven't told me what it is all about. Oh, it is all really nothing important. Truth be told, I just exchanged some tense words with Father Lacey, and I figured sufficiently dramatic exit was needed and make my words sink in, you know. Tell me you didn't quarrel with our priest, Olivia. You know how his nerves get. I just about had it with him and his nerves. As you know, I am an upstanding, pious woman. I say grace before eating, I pray before bed, I attend church every week and confess to him my every sin. And what does the good father have the audacity to tell me today? I can only imagine. Tells me, Miss Carmine, you can't confess the same sins multiple times a month. You're supposed to be striving towards self-improvement. I won't keep pardoning you for impure thoughts and fractions every other Sunday. Oh my, the cheek. What does he think who does he think he is? I come to him on my knees, a humble servant of our resplendent goddess, with a heartfelt mea culpa, and he dares to give me that kind of holier than thou attitude. I mean, isn't he technically? I ought to report him to the diocese for this. Maybe they would send us another priest, or better yet, a priestess, and John Lacey could find a more suitable career as a dentist or an accountant or a sad clown or something. I should just confess directly to the goddess instead. I'm sure I'd be better off talking things through between us girls, so to speak, than counting on the father to be my middleman. Don't imagine Father Lacey would complain about the arrangement, at least. Okay. Talk to Carmine about the tea. Heart's joy. We have to be very smart about what we do here. Alright, the truth. Here we go. My, so the crafty little rodent admits it, does she? The sheer audacity of it all, almost admirable. If only it had been, hadn't been so offensive that is what she believes an old money heiress would act like. It fooled you, didn't it? Oh, girl. Go with coming clean. Why not? This isn't a juicy piece of gossip, Tender. This is just depressing. Can we talk about something else? Okay. I've already told you that all I know about this bartender. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Let's go to Killian and let's tell him. Just gonna stick with their favorites at this point. What? Wendy's poor? Dear goddess, and here I was thinking I could woo her someday for a shot at marrying rich. I can't believe she managed to fool me. I find that rather easy to believe, actually. Damn, not us saying that. Oh, give it a rest already. I told you that it was a very vulnerable moment, you know? Not judging you, Killian. Good, then just leave it be. Oops. Oopsies. What are you asking me for? I'm not her friend. I can barely stand her. You knew her, Annalena. He looks away from you with a sigh of petulant irritation before his posture finally softens. I had to try so hard to even be noticed by a girl like Alina. Maria was just an obstacle. She thought I was an idiot. Still does, probably. Those girls were practically joined at the hip. They shared everything, their secrets, their dreams, their jokes, none of it which I understood in the slightest. They were on a wavelength of their own and didn't include me. I don't know Maria enough to tell her, or to tell you if she's honest. Probably only Miss Bai does, but I can tell you that Alina meant everything to her, at least in the past. Okay, there's a little hint in conversations here that show us who we should be talking to about somebody. Enough already. I've suffered one humiliation after another since this whole breakup, and now here you are adding all kinds of bizarre insinuations to the pile. I've not been doing anything illegal, if that's what you're implying. Well, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to put you in a stinky mood. I'm sorry. Alright, let's... Oh, shit. I need someone to literally just give me something. Give me something. I just need the motive, that's all. We can finish this case. Oh, that was her favorite drink. Or a favorite drink. Oh my, Miss Brooker's aspirations are understandable. Where I'm from, many a parent hoped their daughter would someday marry up, as it were. Still, she should have taken some pride in her humble beginnings, her family, instead of treating it like it was a dirty secret. Fuck it. I don't really want to talk about things like this, bartender. I don't like to gossip. Okay. Blackmail. How horrible. Alina had so much to give to the world, but all her killer wanted was her money. So maybe I can say something to them, to Wendy about it. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much to talk to her about. Okay, bye. I don't see him giving me anything here. Blackmail? Yeah, this is not gonna go anywhere. As far as I know, the brokers are not part of a family, rather, of my family's rather extensive social circle. I suppose that lends some credence to what you're saying. Please don't make my word gospel, though. Business looks like it's going well. Okay. Okay, so we got somewhere with that. Okay. Good on her for staying in touch with her roots, I'd say. Suppose she certainly has much to talk about. Okay.
Hi. Hi, kitty.
Just woke up from her little nap. Okay, let's go ahead and get her a drink that she likes. Go orange daisy. Does she like that? And then we're gonna go ahead and get this. Bravo, bartender. That's an excellent piece of detective work. So Miss Brooker has been playing us all. On some level, I can't but applaud her moxie. But you do raise a valid question. One can simply fake their way into paying one's bills. So what is her source of income? Yeah, I need. Oh, girl, I'm done with you. I need someone to give me a motive. I need someone to find this information. Paints Miss Brooker a whole different light than when I started this case. Good work. I wonder where she got the funds to keep this facade going all this time. See which can piece together. See, that's what I mean. We're asking about funds. Let's talk to Killian one more time. See if he give us anything. Of course, Miss Vi would rush to Maria's defense and not mine. Typical. I suppose she's probably right, though. Maria was always an irritant, but she at least had some fight in her before Alina died. Now she's the ghost that makes everyone in the room uncomfortable. Okay. Okay. I don't think oh, actually, this might be the information that we need. Okay. Attach it to all of her things. Or maybe the blackmail letter? Yes. Okay, perfect. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Wendy needs money to fund her lavish lifestyle while masquerading as an old money heiress. If she wants to climb the social ladder, blackmailing Alina would have ensured her a source of income. Yes, okay, I don't need that. Let's do make sure there's nothing else. I don't want to worry about the other one. Because that's the motive we needed. Yeah, okay. I think we're good. We're good. Let's get him a drink. I will finish this day first. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. Alright, let's see what he says. I've gotta hand it to her. The girls got serious gumption. Any idea how she might be making money? I could name a couple, none of them above board. You're not looking for tips, are you? I suggest you stick to bartending for now. Don't waste your talents. Yeah. Blackmail's easy work if you know what you're doing. Makes sense for a sly fox like her. Okay. Clever girl like her should have known better than to cut off a blackmailer. No idea what kind of sick, depraved things would do for money. Oh, so that's how she got the money. She was getting the blackmail money. Like she found out the hard way. Oh, so that's how. Why did that take me to like far too long to register? Okay, let's do it right here, right now. You have anything for me that's there? Present. Here's my. Okay, so I have my notebook with all my findings. Good. Based on these findings, who are we accusing? Wendy Brooker. Why would a wealthy woman like her need to blackmail and kill Alina Dragos? She's not wealthy. Her entire life is a lie. Well, she definitely had me fooled. If she wants to climb the social ladder, she needs a steady stream of income without having to work. That's a solid motive to blackmail Alina. How do you believe she killed Alina? Lynx Bane. And someone saw her on a train headed to a region where it grows. That's a solid line of reasoning we could use to confront her. Miss Brooker is not the kind of person a conductor would forget. Finding evidence that's traveled there before should be easy. Take a breath. Are you sure about all this? Once I submit this report, at the Judicar, Judicer, things will be set in motion that cannot be undone. Confident in my findings. Things will now be set in motion, so to speak. I hope my faith in you is not misplaced. Soon. Okay. Let's talk to her for a split second. And just kind of like see what she says. A curious turn of events. At the start of this investigation, I would not have considered Miss Brooker a particularly strong suspect, but now it certainly looks like the puzzle pieces fit together, don't they? Good work. Okay, so pretty sure we can leave this and like let the days pass. Dear oh dear, whatever happened to marrying rich like the good old days? That's what wealthy young men are for. Young girls these days are too independent for their own good. Alright, let's end the day. I'm sure there's an option. There was an option at some point. Here we go. In the evening and skip the day of the deadline, yes. Because we've already got it all figured out. We have all of the evidence. We're good. Here we go. Hugo enters the bar right as you're about to close up. You try to read his blank expression as he approaches. Hugo looks pleased with himself and with you too. The smile he wears seems out of place on his face. When I first walked down those stairs looking up, I was following my gut. It seems I was right to trust my instinct. We presented every piece of your evidence to Miss Brooker. Every lie was debunked. Every attempt to feign innocence was rebuked. Eventually, broke and admitted everything. Even at the end, she showed no hint of contrition. She genuinely believed she did nothing wrong. But she did, and you proved that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Well done, bartender. Investigation was certainly an interesting one. As thanks for your cooperation, I'll leave the nightcap out of my reports. But I think that it's time I draw this little experiment to a close and return to some good old-fashioned police work. I have paperwork to do. Until we meet again, bartender. Next chapter. Okay, Purse. This is gonna be the beginning. We're about to see the beginning. What's happening? Guilty. Okay, bitter pill. Arrest made in murder of Alina Dragos. Heiress Wendy Brooker identified as a culprit. Who killed her? Wendy. What was their motive? Will use clothing. Fresh harvest. Okay, date of submission 12 out of 16. We got all the clues. We served 56 cocktails. Total alcohol served. Oh, okay. Charged joy, most affection earned. Highest affection was Killian. I'm shocked. Alright, I think it's gonna show like the little bit for the intro of the next case here shortly. Oh, a few months later. Wow. Seems to be thriving. Evening, Killian. Thirsty? No thank you, bartender. Tonight I must return home without even a hint of alcohol in my breath. She must not know I was here. Who? My mother, of course. Who else? What did you do this time? Feel free to stay as long as you like. Much appreciated. Tempting as it may be after recent events, I doubt my punishment will be reduced if my mother finds out I also frequent a illegal speakeasy. I'm not sure I follow. Killian theatrically pulls out a newspaper from his coat and tosses it on the table with exaggerated flair. The headline faces you. Murder at the Opera. Leading man stabbed by co-star. Murder at the famous opera singer and radio star Olivia Carmine was witness stabbing fellow performer Stravos Stone during the performance of Dalliance at the Maverick. A tragic story of love and betrayal by famous writer Gail De Winter and directed by industry veteran Lawrence Sullivan IV. There's a scene where Penelope, played by Olivia Carmine, stabs her lover Hercule Stravos Stone with a dagger. Whether this was an intentional attack or an unfortunate accident with a malfunctioning prop, police are still investigating who is responsible for this tragic event. An attendee was spotted rushing towards the collapsed actor and attempting to help, but he seemed to fumble his attempts at resuscitation and was quickly pulled away by a staff member. Genuine medical staff arrived at the scene too late to help. Stravos Stone was pronounced dead at the hospital with cause of death recorded as severe blood loss. Reporters have attempted to reach out to Olivia Carmine for a comment. So far, she has not made a public statement, and all communication is being handled by her lawyer and public agent. Wow, exactly. Though the newspaper article doesn't quite capture the sheer chaos and spectacle of it all. You were there? Yes, I was there to see Olivia. Fortunately, as the son of a doctor, I can stomach the sight of a little blood. Who do you think the brave individual rushing to aid? The victim was. Didn't finish medical school, did you? At least you tried. Oh my god, he was fumbling. It's nice to see someone recognize my good nature for once. The backstage person who pulled me away simply called me an idiot. I guess it mattered not. Stravos is dead in moments. Was dead in moments anyway. Killian avoids your gaze guiltily. You both know he made a bad situation worse, but it was probably a lost cause anyway. So why are you in hiding? How do you think my mother would react if her son was seen making a fool of himself in front of hundreds of people? Fortunately, I could escape through the backstage exit. Reese led me out and saved my blushes. I know I will have to face her eventually, but that's the problem. I'd like to postpone as long as possible. Sounds rough. How long have you been avoiding home? Ever since the police interviews finished. I have had some pocket money left to arrange a room in the Hotel Jubilee and pay for laundry services. Regrettably, I seem to have run out already. Excuse me. Honestly, I regret attending the damn opera. Having both leads die in the story is nothing but a pretentious attempt to pull emotional strings. Seriously, who wrote this garbage? It says here, Gail De Winter. Whatever. The only good thing that possibly came out of this is that I may have found you a new customer, bartender. The fellow or person, stagehand that stopped me. We had a little chat after questioning. Turns out they are the prop master. I told them they looked like they could use a drink and pointed them to this place. Their name is Reese. Thanks. I look forward to meeting them. My pleasure. Now then, I think it's time I went back. I have a terrifying woman to face. They got us watch over you tonight. Okay, that is where we're gonna have to stop. Oh my god, sir. I can't. Merton descends the stairs of the speakeasy and sits down at the bar with a level of confidence, comfort you haven't seen before. It has been quite some time since it's last visited. You weren't sure if he would ever come back. Good evening, detective. Evening. I see this place is still up and running. Very good indeed. Things have been rather quiet at the situation ever since foiled Miss Brooker's scheme. Quite pleasant, actually. Unfortunately, it seems the situation has now changed. I take it you're aware of the situation with Olivia Carmine and the events that unfolded at the Maverick Opera House. He told me about it just now. I thought so. Smiling. It doesn't suit him. He seems quite satisfied with himself. My initial investigation has already confirmed that several important people related to the case have made aware of your establishment. Great, what do we need to do? You need my help again. Right, about that. While circumstances are definitely chaotic, I have plenty of material to work with for once. I have a list of employees, direct access to the murder weapon, and over 100 witnesses to call upon. What I'm trying to say is that you are on the bench. Time to leave the investigation professionals. You do your job and I'll do mine. What about the bar? I'm sure the case is safest in your hands. Why, thank you. Your faith in me is appreciated. Nevertheless, this is a bar isn't useful to me. This bar isn't useful to me. I'm not sure I can guarantee its continued existence long term. We know what happened last time. I admit your insights proved helpful last time. We did apprehend the culprit together. I'm sure you'll find other ways to convince me that the nightcap should stay open. So for now, I have no plans to close it down, but I can't speak for the rest of the constabulary. It's not reassuring. It's not my job to reassure you, bartender. It's my job to catch criminals, so that's exactly what I'll do. Now, it's only a matter of time before my suspects come visit the speakeasy. I will be eagerly awaiting their arrival, so I may question them further. All I ask is that you keep this place open and stay out of my way. I will tell you if I need anything from you. You may prove useful to me after all, just not as an investigator. I understand. Wonderful. Now then, with the taken care of, I'll be off to do preliminary paperwork. I wish you a pleasant evening, and we'll see you on Thursday. Okay, we got a rather big chunk of affection for him there, just by complimenting him. However, I don't really see this going where he's like not gonna have us help at all. Doesn't seem likely. Also, I'm sorry if that audio got super loud. It was really loud for me. When the movie happens. But we'll see. That being said, that's gonna be where I stop. I'm very excited to see how this goes. Obviously, it can't be her, right? Like, or else we wouldn't be doing the investigation. I wouldn't assume it was her. I wouldn't assume Olivia would do that anyways. Or maybe she would to like really show her acting skills or something. I don't know. That seems silly. But that's gonna be where we stop and where we continue off next time. But I liked that last story where that left off. Wendy Brooker being the person was good. I just needed to find that last bit of information. I don't like to complete it without having all of the motive and all the stuff. That being said, I appreciate everybody for watching. You guys are the best. I will try to put out more. We did 2 cases so far, so that's good. I think we have like 4 more to go, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching so much. Love you guys. Bye.